Well, hello there. I'm Christine, and a few months ago, or quite some months ago, it's been a while, I put some YouTubes up on how to read playing cards or cartomancy, and then I had a health issue I needed to deal with, and I didn't get back. And recently, a friend or a nice person commented on my YouTube and asked me, well, are you going to follow up and put some more up? And that sort of, I was very touched by that, and I'm now in a position to start creating content again. And so I thought I would share today the continuation of what to do with that. I'll just go over to the main so you can see the cards. Just to recap, the cards, it was always about, I'm sure we went through the suits, aces, and the numbers 1 to 10 and the courts, but just to go over the suit of the diamonds or coins is about thinking, because we do the books. Diamonds are money, the wherewithal to buy something. Do I have enough money? Am I worried about money? All that thinking about money, doing the books. If you're doing a reading looking where is something, it's the kitchen, it's the ceiling, it's the dining room, it's the roof. Because the kitchen, where the part like round the stove area and the dining area. It is also the spring time and the fire and the east. Now, there's many cartomancy systems out there and it's up to you which one you want to go with, or you can go with many. I recently did a training course and I shared with people, which people really liked, where you get your cards and you create a deck. You go to the $2 shop, get some cards and a pen that won't smudge, or if you can get paper cards, just use biro, and you write the meanings of the system that you like on the deck, and then you can add to it over time, because you will find as you read cards, and if you keep a journal or you'll start working with people, certain cards will have meanings for you. So a lot of these are my meanings that come up on a card, because they don't just mean one thing. No one looks at any card and go, well, that's the card of a ring. Ace of diamonds. It's a lot of things. It's because we've got the whole idea of the new beginning. We'll talk about it more in a minute. So there's multiple meanings, and if you stick to the context of your question and what makes sense out of the meanings, you'll be able to read your cards easily. And that's the gist of it. So I think I did look at my other videos, but I'm just going to run through this quickly, because as we know, ace is a new beginning, so that is new money and starting from scratch, a way of getting correspondence about money. It's often a letter from the bank and thoughts about money, ideas to make money, the idea stage of it, where the clubs are the doing side of it, which we'll get to in a minute. So starting something from scratch in a whole new phase. Then once again, like with the other cards, you have one and then you have two, and it's either coming together or coming apart, and they build on as I went through the other suits with you. So number 2 is money changing hands between two people, and it's often an invitation. It can be calls and communication. You might be waiting for the bank to get back to you whether your loan was approved. That concept. 3 puts something else into the equation, and sometimes that can be a distraction or a scattered mind. And it can also be the new steps, or your money you've been saving is starting to grow. Once again, it's about the questions. It can be a second marriage. It can be a gift. It can be Um, earnings, more earnings, growing earnings. It can be, once again, more written correspondence. You go to the letterbox and there's more letters. You'll be hearing more from those people. Number 4 is financial stability, and it's also to do with things lining up, getting your money put in its nice neat piles, thinking where you're going to put your money, which accounts you're going to put what in, and transfer one, and getting your money all in order. It can also be bank, as I said, the bank advice. It can be the office. It can be sorting out your checkbook, balancing your checkbook, getting funds in order, doing the books. 5, of course, as I said with the number 5, there's a movement component to it. So maybe you're out and about shopping and spending money. Financial challenges can come from that. Changes in direction. Also the cause and effect. Getting the credit card bill 30 days up the track, and you have forgotten that you spent something on it. It can also be a legal judgment, I have found, and about a court case. I do a lot of readings for people who are going through divorce or family breakdown, and it's often comes up for that. But that's my meaning, and it also can be the thoughts that get created and how you're going to go about something. Number 6, because once again we have the path and getting things back on track. So it's just, what steps do I need to take to get things back on track and get things back in order, like here, but better next time? And it's ideas and getting things back into order, and how do I learn from it? And also it can be sharing it out, money here, money there. It can also be a card of small loans and credit. I found it came up when someone was sort of had a problem with spending money, and they were getting those payday loans, and it was causing a problem in their life. And I've found that actually quite common. 7 is financial concerns. But it's also, 7 can be the magic number. So it can be fortune telling, earning money from fortune telling, getting an invitation to be a fortune teller somewhere. It can also be ways to improve your finances, ideas to improve your finances. How do I bring more money in? What will bring in another stream of money for me? Because a lot of times these days people have multiple income streams, earning little bits of money over the learning lots of money, because of the way the job market is these days. You might have a couple of jobs of income streams, like your side hustle. And then managing your money and financial plans with the 8 once again, and getting things in line again to have it happen. It can be money that you put aside and now you get to spend it on good things. It can be insights for the future, and it can also be making your money work for you. 9s are also about change, and that can be a change in finances. It can be surprise money in a bank account you didn't know was there. It can be, we have Melbourne Cup coming up, so you might have a flutter on the horses and you have a little win on Melbourne Cup Day. So it's usually money coming in for the better that it improves your life, but it may not be a lot. It can be an inheritance, and it also can be a card of someone's really recognizing what you've done, recognition. And then finally with the 10, it is that education, financial decisions to be made. What do we spend on next? It's financial security in the sense of you've achieved what you wanted to achieve and life's comfortable now, or everything's in its place. You've got money put aside for the future, for not only yourself and other generations. And it also can be ways of providing, as I said, for providing for others, like trust accounts and things like that. So anything to do with money. Now we get to the people cards, and this is the Jack or Knave, and he's a young person. He can be a student. He's quick thinking, he's good at maths, he learns quickly, he's very focused, and he is also someone who likes to spend money because often he is privileged. You have the Queen, who likes to do things behind the scenes. She's very comfortable, she's a socialite, she's got a good quick wit about her. People think she's a bit ditzy, but actually she's quite quick-witted, and she also can be someone who works in finance, but not necessarily woman bank managers. She can be, but I've often found people in the community who really are running the tuck shop, the convener that is responsible for the money and the workings of it and how that all goes, and the purchasing. So she could be lots of things because she's quite social and has a good moral compass. And then you have the Man, which is the King, and he is wealthy. He's often a banker. He has very strong values, because remember that when I was talking about the suits, the diamonds are about what we value and how important that is. And so he likes to be on the move, and he's intelligent and quick, and he is what we call in these days the entrepreneur. He likes to he actually buys businesses, he acquires businesses to make money and concerns, or he trades to make money and concerns. So there we have the diamonds. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you liked this content, like it. If you have a question, put it in there, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. So thank you for that. Bye for now.